Hi everybody. Today we're here to talk about the director ID requirements and specifically the what, the who, the why, the how, and the when. So we thought myself, Christian Borkowski, and Alex Ryan would have a bit of a chat about director IDs, and hopefully that'll answer all of the questions that you've had. What you may have seen is a client alert that we sent out a few weeks ago that had a download with all the instructions on the what, the who, the why, the how, and the when. But we thought we'd talk through those things and hopefully give you a few more answers. We've had a lot of clients actually already complete this. It is quite straightforward. I've also done it for myself. It literally takes 5 minutes if you've got a MyGov ID in place already. If you don't, then it takes a little while to set that one up. But let's get into it. So, Alex, I might ask you then, what is a director ID?
A director ID is a 15-digit number that will be issued to all existing and new Australian company directors.
Right. And why are the director IDs now coming into play now? What do you think the reason is? Apart from shady blokes with moustaches running dodgy companies, is there any other reason why there'd be director IDs?
Yeah, there's three main reasons here. It really relates to trying to prevent false or fraudulent activities in terms of there being false director identities used. It'll also make it easier for administrators and other regulators to trace directorship, I should say, of Australian companies. And it's designed to try and eliminate illegal activities like phoenixing activities, where you go and shut down a company but create a new one under false pretenses and continue to act or carry on that same illegal business.
Yep. So it sounds a lot like a tax file number. Actually, it's something that is attached to a person for life, and if that person holds office in a company, then it will be recorded against that company that is that person, and they'll be attached to it with that ID.
That's right. So how do you actually go about applying for a director ID?
There's a few different ways, but it's basically governed by the Australian Business Register, so you need to lodge an application with them. The easiest way to do it is online, but to do it online, you first need a MyGov ID. And what I need to point out about a MyGov ID is that it is different to just having a MyGov account. So if you've got a MyGov account, that's one thing, but you actually need a specific MyGov ID. And then you can access the ABR online method of applying for a director ID. If you don't do it online, I guess that would be the harder way, but you can actually do it over the phone if you have a TFN. And failing that, you can do it on paper as well. So they're sort of your options. But the client alert that we sent out that is still sitting up on our website has some step-by-step instructions there to actually complete one.
Yep. And when do we actually need to apply for the director ID?
Yeah, the application's opened on the 1st of November this year, 2021. And for existing directors, they close on the 30th of November, 2022. So you've actually got a 13-month period to do it. But as I said, a lot of our clients have already done it. I've done it myself. It's a pretty straightforward process. We'd recommend that all of our clients really undertake that pretty shortly and just tick it off and get it out of the way. But 30 November 2022 is the closing date.
And I understand that if you're going to be appointed as a company director, there is a grace period of 28 days between now and April next year, whereby you can be appointed a company director, but have 28 days to then apply for your director ID. But I believe from April onwards next year, you'll need to have your director ID set up and ready to go before your appointment as a company director.
Exactly, that's right. So, and I think we probably need to address, because a common question from our clients is, who needs one? And one of the questions, the most common question, in fact, we've had is for a lot of our clients that are retirees that have a self-managed super fund, they're a trustee of a company, or they're a director of a company that is the trustee of the self-managed super fund. So a lot of those clients have actually asked us, do they need to do it? And the answer is yes, they do. So really there's three typical people in three typical scenarios, and it's People that are directors of companies that are undertaking business activities, that's pretty obvious they will need one. Companies that are undertaking investment activities, again, reasonably obvious that they would need one. But there's also this situation where people are directors of trustee companies that are either trustees of a family trust or trustees of a self-managed super fund. And the answer is still yes, you need one if you're in that situation. So there are no carve-outs or exemptions. Everybody needs one.
What if I don't reside in Australia and I'm still a director?
Good question. If you're a foreign resident, you still need one if you're a director of an Australian company. The issue there is that you need to lodge the application on paper if you're a foreign resident.
Yep. Okay. So next steps if our clients have got any issues?
Yeah, look, I think the obvious next step is just take another look at the client alert that we sent out a few weeks ago. It's on our website in the blogs area. It was issued on the 20th of October. So you can scroll to it and find it pretty easily there. Failing that, you can call us, call your advisor at Prime Advisory, and we'll talk you through it. Unfortunately, we can't do it for you because it's an ID-based application. You have to do it yourself. We can sort of step you through it and give you some guidance, but you really have to do it yourself. Once you've done it, the number will issue immediately, and we'd like you to send that to us through your advisor. So just contact your advisor, let them know that you've got it, send it in, and then we will update your records with that number.
Yep. Awesome. I think that about covers it.
That does pretty much cover it. So hopefully everyone understands it, what it is. Hopefully we've done a good job on the what, the who, the why, the how, and the when. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate your assistance on it. And
Thanks, Christian.
everyone can get that done ASAP. That would be excellent. See you all soon. Thank you.